All right, so just a quick preface. We are probably just going to do what's going on with my track. I checked it before I started. It's fine. Okay, whatever. There we go. We're probably just going to do episode 3 today. If it goes over 3 hours, we'll just do just episode 3 today. Because the final chapters in Ace Attorney games are notoriously long. Normally they run past 5-6 hours long. So usually final chapters are good for their own stream, so that's more than likely what's going to happen. But let's just get into it because I don't know. I'm just excited for this one, I guess. The old GBA sound effects. The world's greatest magician, the one, the only, Maximilian Galactica. And there it goes. Wow, that was like being in a dream. I haven't even caught my breath yet. That was amazing, wasn't it, Burley? It was great. There was a dancing bear and a tiger that jumped through a ring of fire, an elephant that rode a giant ball, not to mention that guy who flew through the air. Yeah, Max Galactica. He was absolutely fabulous. Huh? What? Max Galactica, the world's greatest magician? Magician? No, a magician. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? Does magic have anything to do with channeling spirits? I don't think it has anything to do with channeling. You don't know about magic, do you, Pearls? I'm sorry. Braved the winter cold and took Pearls to see the circus. It's been 6 months since that terrible incident in Crane Village, and it was during that trying time that I met Pearls. Thankfully, she seems to be recovering from it and is returning to her normal self. It's time to go. You're right, we can't miss the last train. Pearls, you remembered the train? Of course I did, but I don't really understand what everyone means by express train. Well, Nick, see you later. I'll come by to help clean the office. It's got to be spotless for the new year. Don't worry about it, really. You're going to visit Mr. Nick on New Year's? Maybe? I'm glad you'll get to spend your New Year's with your special someone. Pearly, look, it's time to go. Happy New Year, Mr. Nick. Happy New Year. Really hope it'll turn out that way. Well, today wraps it up for this year. Hope I can finish cleaning this place up in one day. 35 stream streak. Damn. The support is unreal. Love it. Hello, this is Right and Co. Nick, it's terrible. Maya, perfect timing. Things are terrible here too. Huh? The office is a terrible mess and I have to clean it up. What are you talking about? My dirty office. What are you talking about? Listen, Nick, you have to turn on the TV. The TV? Now, let's check in at the scene. Huh? What happened? Thank you. We're here at the Berry Big Circus. The Berry Big Circus has become the center of a sensational murder. The scene has created quite a stir among the throngs of excited onlookers. Berry Big Circus? It's the circus we went to, right? They're saying there was a murder? Yeah, they arrested him too. Arrested who? Max! They arrested Max Galactica! Hi! Nice to meet you. A popular magician who can fly through the sky at will. Maya said she was a huge fan of Max. Alright, Nick, I'll see you in the 2 hours at the detention center. What? See you there. You've still got plenty of time to clean your office up later. What? What are they talking about? Why did they arrest Max? You're asking the wrong man on that one, Maya. Maybe he used his magical skills to deal death with the sleight of hand? Maximilian Galactica would never do such a thing. Fabulous! What the young lady just said was absolutely fabulous. What a clever girl for such a fabulous understanding of events. What's with all this fabulous talk? Welcome to the visitor's room. It's Max, Nick. Look, it's the real Maximilian Galactica. Alright, sweetie, pick a card, any card. He called me sweetie. Nick. Time's running out, sweetie. Pick a card, any card. This one? I thought you would pick that one, sweetie. The Ace of Hearts. He got it, Nick. Look, he got it. What can I say, sweetie? You stole one of my most valued possessions. One of Maximilian Galactica's hearts. Max. Well, time to make this an absolute fabulous time. Max, you should let Nick pick a card. I don't want to steal one of his hearts. And you are... Oh, silly of me. You must be Sweetie's driver. Or driver? Whatever. Hurry up and pick a card. I want this one. So, sweetie, let's be honest here. You came to this visitor to visit me, didn't you? Yes, I'm your biggest fan. Fabulous! Absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. Hey, what about my card? Think of it as a souvenir. Well, Nick, I think it's time to get to work. What's the matter, Nick? Why are you looking at the ceiling? I was just thinking about what I should have for lunch. Sweetie, drop the porcupine head over there. Shower me with your attention, okay? Oh yes. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely cringe-inducing. Max, I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about yourself. Fabulous! I think we should get to know each other better too. Why don't you come sit next to me? There's a big piece of security glass between us. Oh, sweet Jeebus, what in the world? Only I could use magic, then I could make this wall disappear. What is this guy talking about? Anyways, lately you've been... Oh, wrong guy. Anyway, lately you've become awfully famous, haven't you, Max? That's Maximilian to you, porcupine head. Get it straight. People nowadays get their panties all in a bunch over nothing. Anyway, Maximilian, you won a very prestigious award recently, did you not? I did indeed. It was fabulous. I won the Magician's Grand Prix held by the Association of International Magicians. It's an award that recognizes that I am the most fabuloso of fabulous world magicians. There was a trophy and a bust. It was it was an amazing day. Wow, that's incredible. Isn't it? I'm certifiably the greatest magician in the world. I'm gonna guess he didn't win a trophy for most modest magician. You are signed to an exclusive contract with a very big circus, correct? That's the long and short of it. You sure do your research, sweetie. I'm impressed. You can't just watch a magician on TV, you know. Magic is so fabulous, you have to see it with your own eyes, sweetie. You're right. You're so right. However, the circus... It's a dinosaur. I think of the past. Nowadays, no one even cares about what goes on there. Huh? What do you mean? That's why I signed the contract. That's why you signed the contract? Thanks to me, the Very Big Circus is fabulously popular. People come out in droves to catch a glimpse of the magic of Max Galactica. I revived the dinosaur that is the circus, but to me, it was just another magic trick. Isn't it wonderful, sweetie? Yes? I made all the old crusty circus performances obsolete. But I kinda like the circus performances. Maya looks a bit down. Tell me what happened at the Very Big Circus. Last night, the ringmaster was murdered. The ringmaster? You mean Russell Berry? Someone smashed him over the head, I hear. He was slumped over on the ground. Even though it was the middle of the night, the police presence was fabulous. The police questioned me at length. questioned you about what? About everything. I was the last one to see the ringmaster before he was murdered. I saw him last evening, in his room. So then why were you arrested? Arrested? Don't make an anthill into a mountain, sweetie. They just wanted to consult with me on matters, that's all. Nick, I don't think Max understands how serious this is. She's right. I think I should shock him back to reality. Before the murder, you met with the ringmaster? Uh-huh. What did you talk about? Things that aren't for your ears. Maya, would you please ask him? What did you talk about with the ringmaster, Max? It was nothing. Small talk, really. We were just having a chat about my salary. Salary? I am the one bringing in the crowds. I think that I should be compensated as such. You agree, don't you? Yes. That's all you talked about? Of course. It was a fabulous chat. Just fabulous. I mean, he's got me saying it. What's the matter, Nick? You look all bent out of shape. What is that badge? Is it used in a disappearing act? I'm not a magician, Max. I'm an attorney. An attorney? Then why are you wasting your time talking to me? He isn't wasting his time, Max. You're... Okay, relax, sweetie. Just a little over anxious, I think. Anyways, I've been curious about something for a while now. What's that? Why do you keep looking at me with such a sad look on your face, sweetie? Because you've been arrested for murder. Oh, don't be ignorant. They wouldn't arrest someone like me. Why is that? Obviously, because I'm the fabulous Maximilian Galactica. So? I'm the very big star of the very big circus. And that means... I'm rich, bitch. I'm paid fabulous sums. Which means what? Max? Quit joking around. You've got to be pulling my magic Oh, you're what now? The police aren't really serious about all this, are they? They don't arrest people as a joke. Look at Max, he's crushed. Well, he needed to wake up and smell the coffee. This is serious business. Yes? I mean, sir, you're a lawyer, right? Yeah, I'm an attorney. Please help me. I didn't kill anybody. Didn't kill nobody. I mean, maybe more spoiled than a hog in a hamburger mud pit. But a killer? That's insane. I could never. Max? I swear, I just wanted to pay off my daddy's debt. He back on the farm. Okay, I'll take your case. Really? Really? Thank you much. Y'all sure are nice folks. Max? Yes? What's your real name? It's Billy Bob Jones. Oh, what's the matter, Maya? He's really just a country bumpkin? I must apologize for not being my absolutely fabulous self just now, sweetie. Uh-huh. Mr. Attorney, a few minutes ago, you took one of my cards, didn't you? Now that he mentions it, I did take a card. It was the Ten of Hearts, right? Well, he got it right again. What can I say? You too, you've stolen some of my most valued possessions. 10 of Maximilian Galactica's hearts. Sure do have a lot of hearts, don't you? I'm putting faith in you, sweetie. He didn't just call me sweetie, did he? Right, let's make this an absolutely fabulous case. Come on, Nick. We're here again. Yep, but this time we are here for work. It has been that long since the crime, so the police are still on the scene. Let's find someone who might know something about what happened. Sounds like a plan. Alright, we got lots of things you have to look into. No time for slacking. Let's get going. Okay. What's the matter? You seem down. Maximilian Galactica, who would have guessed he was a country bumpkin? What's the matter? You've been acting strange for a while now. Max, he's just some country bumpkin. So, what does that matter? He's still a famous magician, right? I guess, but his real name is Billy Bob Johns. Yikes. Poor guy's got 3 first names. Guess that is pretty odd. Oh well, if a big star can do it, then you should tend to be exotic too, Nick. A big star? Max Galactica is a pretty big name. Anyways, what do you think about Naruhodo A. Raito? What's the A stand for? A stands for attorney. I'll think about it. Circus stage sure doesn't look this small from out in the audience. Wow, this is where they all perform, isn't it? Nick, do some somersaults. I'm not doing any somersaults. Why not? You look like you'd be great at it. Why do I look like I'd be great at somersaults? Huh? Nick? It wasn't me. The tiger? He's coming this way. And so ends. Nick, you're too young to die. Nick, stay, heal. Still here. I'm not dead yet. Nick, are you okay? Scared you, didn't I? Regent is such a cute tiger, isn't he? What's the matter? You two sure are quiet. Don't what's the matter me. He almost died there. Ha, he wasn't close to getting hurt, let alone dying. This little tiger hardly ever bites people. And besides, people normally never get to play with a wild tiger, right? So if you think about it, you're actually really lucky. Huh? You agree, don't you? I guess. What do you mean you guess? Why are you agreeing with her? Oh, your costume. Huh? It's cute. I want to try it on. Costume? You mean my clothes? You don't mind letting me try it on, right? I guess not. Really? You're the best. Wow, the tables turned quickly on that one. So much for the tiger thing. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Regina Berry, the renowned animal tamer of the Berry Big Circus. My name's Maya Fey, a spirit medium. Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. When you put us up next to an animal tamer, I bet we look really odd. Nice to meet you. Likewise? Hey, Regina, what do you know about what happened last night? You mean the murder? Uh-huh. My dad was murdered. Oh, I see. Wait, what did she just say? So, the ringmaster was your... Yep, the ringmaster is my dad. I'm so sorry about what happened to him. Why do you say you're sorry? Huh? Anyway, everyone was here practicing last night. Even your dad? Yes, everyone was here. We finished up around 10. After that, everyone went off on their own. I was the only one who stayed around here. Why did you do that? I was playing with Regent. Regent, so she was with that beast. That's when the police showed up. When they took me to check things out, Dad was dead. For someone whose father was just murdered, she seems awfully perky. I wish she would tell us more about her dad. It's incredible that you're an animal tamer. If you say so. It has to be really scary. Scary? Why? Huh? Regent isn't scary. He's cute. Ever since Leon died, Regent's been my best friend. Leon? Yes, Leon the Lion. Leon the Lion. Regent and Regina. Interesting name choices. Leon? He died? Yes, actually he was killed. My dad killed him. What? Why did he do that? I'm not sure why he did it. It's too tough not to get charmed when she looks at you with those innocent eyes. After practice was over, Dad went right back to his room. His room? Yeah. The door right over there leads to the ringmaster's room. I don't know why, but he went off to his room in a hurry. I wonder what happened. Ringmaster's room, probably a good idea to check that out for myself. It's Max! Hey, where's Max now, anyway? You don't know? Nope. He's been arrested. He's charged with the murder of your father. It's okay, Nick and I will help him. Max isn't the guy, is he? I mean, the criminal? Of course he's not. I'm worried about so many things right now. Like what? Regina, what's the matter? What's on your mind? I'll tell you, Maya, but just you. Well... What? Really? And then... Oh my, that's incredible, Regina. Come on, Nick, there's no reason to pout. Don't worry about me. Gina told me that someone professed their love to her. Professed their love? Not only that, it was Maximilian Galactica. I wonder how many people have stolen one of his hearts anyways. And then on the exact same day, another person professed their love for her as well. What? Who was it? Someone named Trilo? Trilo? Apparently he's a tenor who sings in the circus. Haven't met him yet. Gina seems to be quite the hit with the men in the circus. Must have some sort of strange power over them. You're not kidding. 2 people in one day. Even I want to profess my love for her. Me too. She's so cute. Phoenix? Come on, be a professional for a moment. This is the ringmaster's room? Yeah, this room belonged to the victim, which means this must be where Max met the ringmaster last night. Now that you mention it, that is what he said. I wonder what. That's an interesting poster. It's a poster of Max. I want it. I want it. Nick, I want it. I want to get out of here. It's a table for guests. There's some paper scattered on top. Look at this. Max's salary is written on this piece of paper. Yikes! What is it? I didn't know that a magician... The salary is incredible. She looks like she's ready to pass out from shock. How much is... that much? Incredible, huh? You can say that again. This must be the paper they used to negotiate Max's salary. Ringmaster signed and dated it. What's the matter, Nick? Max definitely got a raise, but this document is dated a week ago. A lot of posters here, don't you think? There are indeed. So many posters that they aren't likely to miss one, are they? Maya. We're supposed to be the honest ones around here. But you didn't even notice that I took one. She already swiped one. You're incorrigible, you know that? Whoops. Seems to be a dorm where all the performers in the circus stay. Really? So we might run into that stoogey clown here, right? He's so kooky. Ah, it's you two. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. How's it you guys always seem to know when I'm working a crime scene, pal? Because you're always working, Detective. Well, I'd rather not always be working, but with crime, you don't make your own hours. I have to be at the circus anyway. I want to see the lion tamer and the tightrope. However, no matter where I go, the show's always the same. Dead body, stage left. Nick, he's complained. That's a rarity. Let's get back to business now, okay? Do you know who the prosecutor in court tomorrow will be? Of course, it'll be Miss Von Karma. She isn't going to hit me with her whip again, is she? What do you have to worry about? You only have to see her in court. When she shows up at the precinct, the sound of that whip never ends, pal. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure Miss Von Comer really is interesting and all, but there's something else I'd rather talk about. Like who? Like Mr. Edgeworth, of course. You know, Nick's true rival, Miles Edgeworth. What in the world happened after I went back home? Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't heard what happened to him? Nick won't tell me. Well, to be honest, I'm not at liberty to tell you either. Let's just say he's not around anymore. He's not around? Nick, what does it mean Mr. Edgeworth isn't around? Exactly what he said, he's not around. Edgeworth is gone. Don't say his name again, okay? Nick? Ringmaster of the circus was murdered, wasn't he? Yep, last night around 10. He died outside in the cold. Pretty sad way to go out, if you ask me, pal. It was rather cold. This is the scene of the crime. The body was found right over there. Right about where you're standing now. Ah! Surprised you, didn't I? I'm not laughing. Excuse me, but do you mind telling me what happened to the victim? He was killed by a blow to the noggin, pal. It's pretty clear cut as far as murders go. He was discovered quickly, but there's just one thing that doesn't quite fit. There's always seems to be something that doesn't quite fit. Maya! What was this one thing that just didn't quite fit? The thing you mentioned earlier. Footprints, pal. Footprints. Footprints? Look at the picture of this crime scene. What's this? This wooden box under the body. No clue, pal. Some forensics experts took it back and are examining it now. And what is so mysterious about the footprints? Whoa, calm down now. Take a good look at the footprints in this picture. The victim's footprints are on the scene. That's right, pal. The problem is, the killer's footprints aren't there. Bingo. Where did the killer come from and where did the killer run off to? Obviously, there's no way the killer committed this crime while flying. A flying culprit? That's when something just clicked in my head. There's no way. Flying's impossible. That's right. Flying is impossible. Absolutely impossible. What's with the hollow laugh, pal? I meant nothing by it, pal. Better stated. It means I don't want to talk about it. Maybe I can get some info about Max out of him. Looks like Max is the most unpopular guy in the circus tent. You know what they say, bad attitude follows you everywhere. He's a bit arrogant, but he didn't seem that bad. But just because someone has a bad attitude doesn't make them a criminal. It's not just his attitude, I've got proof, pal. Huh? He left something at the crime scene. One of his magician's trademarks. Incredibly well-made silk hat. Well, it does have very classy decorative elements. Max uses a cloak, silk hat, and white roses as his signature symbols. Pretty mundane, aren't they? Who cares if they're mundane? At least they're easy to understand. Must have hit a nerve. That's what he said. Who said? The eyewitness. Huh? Tell us about the eyewitness. So about the eyewitness? You know I'm not going to tell you about that. That's the prosecution's trump card. Oh well. Oh, I just remembered. What? I forgot to mention that you two are barred. Forgot to mention that you two are barred from entering that lodging house. Well, why is that? Oh, no reason. Just something I remembered to tell you. Must be because that's where the eyewitness is. Let's check it out. Don't you dare, pal. Huh? Hey, Nick, look over there. What? There's someone over there. Excuse me? Hello? Wow, he sure is a quiet one. Excuse me? What? Me? Yes, you work at the circus, don't you? No, I'm just your everyday average Joe. An average Joe who just happens to hang out at the circus? Don't think so. Yes, I am. I've got nothing to do with what's going on here. He's lying. Like any regular person would hang around the circus dressed like that. I'm an attorney. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm a spirit medium. It's Maya. Well, I, just happened to be, passing by. Don't suppose you happen to be some kind of carny? Not a carny. I'm a performer, actually. A ventriloquist? A ventriloquist? Benjamin Woodman? Your last name is Woodman? Yes, that's right, but everyone just calls me Ben. Yes, that's your alias, right? I believe they call it a stage name. You don't want to see him. Poof, he's right in front of you. Sure the sense is a very big circus looking around. It might as well be Cirque du Galactica. Stars in the cheek sure are dreamy. How about I draw a star on your cheek, Nick? I've got a marker. Nah, it's alright. Oh, my computer tried to install something there. That would have been terrible. Alright. Excuse me, Ben? Yes, you mean, me? About the murder, I'd like to talk to you about the details, if I may. Really? I'm just a regular, normal guy. I don't... No. This guy's so nervous, he's creeping me out. Nick, cheer up. Just try and smile. Would you mind telling us something about Max? Maximilian Galactica? Max? He's not very nice. Are you saying he's not very nice? Ow. My head hurts. Yikes. Hope he's okay. He sounds like he just popped a gasket. Ben, so you're a ventriloquist? I'm just a regular guy. You already told us you're a ventriloquist. Oh, yes. Nick, don't yell at him. You can't do that. Can't help it. He's making me nervous. Ben, would you mind showing me some of your skills as a ventriloquist? Well, right now, my... what? He's contagious. Kablamo! Congratulations, you're the big winner. The 1 millionth visitor to the room of one Mr. Mo Curls, aka me. Earplugs must find earplugs. To celebrate this momentous occasion, would you care for an organic grape? Just one? Did you get my joke right there? Well, I'm giving you one more than one. No. If it was funny, it is your duty as a human to be in the laugh. People who don't laugh are usually last seen and last seen. Catch my drift? Maya? This is like some Faustian nightmare. Come on, it was funny! Clowns are always funny in my book. In my book, they're just funny looking. You sure do have a great taste of clothes, girly. Look at that garb. You look just like Greta Garb. Oh. I'm going home. No, Nick, you can't. You know, I can excuse a bad joke or two, but this stooge just keeps laughing at his own jokes. That's what I object to. Okay, I get it, but you have to admit he is kind of funny. No, I don't have to admit that because he isn't. Could you please tell us more about the circus? It's a very big story. You gonna check out that kind of time? And the hits just keep on coming. The circus has been in business for 20 years. We all perform under the guidance of the ringmaster Russell Berry. 20 years? Wow. Working in the circus is never easy, especially nowadays. With movies, TVs, and bowling, there's just too much competition. But I love the circus. I love it too. That's why I've been here for 20 years. You work hard to keep the show running. No one sends the clowns on us. Nick, he just made a joke. Laugh. Har, har, har. The ringmaster was a big shot in the circus world. A real class act. Even when there were no customers, Russell would use his own money to pay me. Because he knew that I had a family to care for. He was happy to take care of his employees. Let's see. How could anyone do that to such a wonderful man? Mo? Wiggity, 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 what? Ugh. I'm sorry, Mo. Nick was just born without a sense of humor. Don't worry about it. How can you fault someone for being born that way? Let's talk about the murder. Let's see. It must have taken place around 10 p.m. last night. After rehearsals were finished, we just tuckered out, so I came back here. After I went to bed, that's when I caught a peek of it. Caught a peek? Of the crime? Just as we suspected, this guy's the eyewitness. The ringmaster was truly ahead of his time. He always add new elements to the show. New elements? When you've been a performer for a long time, your act starts getting a bit stale. I realize that even my act can't be a bit long in the tooth. Sometimes my jokes can be a bit old-fashioned. A bit long in the tooth? But that make-believer takes things too far. Make-believer? The magician. The one that thinks he's all high and mighty. He had the gall to say to me, "You're one of those funny types, right?" What does he mean, one of those? Well, the joke's on him now. On him? Yep, he's got on everyone's nerves. The day of the murder. Go ahead. Nope, no way. Just forget I said anything. I bet he's still hiding something about Max. So, you say you saw the crime. Do you mind telling me what you saw? Well, the police told me that you can't share my story with others. Don't say a word, pal. I'm just gonna have to let those lips stay zipped. It's not fair. I guess you're right. Maybe I can tell you a few details. But only if you can get old Stiff Lips here to make with the funny. Stiff Lips? Wait, do you mean me? Nick, you can do it. What's the matter? Just getting ready. Okay, do you know why I, Phoenix Wright, am a great lawyer? Because I'm right all the time. At least his expectations are low. I wouldn't let him quit his day job. Heesh, cut a guy some slack. At least it was funnier than Chuckles over here. Wasn't the greatest joke I heard, but you did try, so I'll tell you what I saw. Sorry he's incapable of being funny, Mo. That night, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Once I heard it, I jumped out of bed. That's when I saw... Without question, without a doubt, it was that magician. That's all I saw, but it just proves how terrible that man actually is. He knows more about Max than he's letting on. He thinks he can kill the ringmaster. It's only just because that he should die too. Mo. Sorry, I crossed the line, but he truly is a disgusting human being. Why do you hate him so much? Let me tell you this one story. The morning before the murder, something terrible happened. Max clocked Ben right over the head as hard as he could. Ben, the ventriloquist with the speech impediment? You should go to the cafeteria and investigate for yourself. The cafeteria? Let's just say there's got to be something interesting there. Ah, yes, the very big circus is very big, isn't it? You should always carry a map with you if you get around. Thank you. This is an atlas. Oh, I killed myself. Really, I'm dying here. Corner. Now he's just laughing to hear his own voice. Ew, this place is gross. Must be because of last night. They didn't have time to clean up after dinner because of the murder. That reminds me, what was it that Mo said? He said that yesterday morning Max clonked Ben over the head here. He also said there's got to be something interesting there. Nick, what's go to be interesting? Don't ask. Bulletin board for, bulletins? It doesn't look like there's any useful clues posted here. Boring. Maybe we should just leave a juicy tidbit for someone to read. Juicy? No, like a fake clue. Maybe something like message from the killer? Give it up, Maya. You know Gumshoe would take it all seriously. Strange, there's nothing on top of this stand. Look here, Max is written on it. It must be his VIP table. Isn't it a bit small to be a VIP table? Wouldn't be putting a 10-course meal on this. Well, he could still eat hamburgers, right? What's this? Must be a... Whoa. Juice bottle or something? Ah, watch out, Nick. There's broken glass all over the floor. Broken bottle just lying in the middle of the floor. You think it means anything? There's gotta be something interesting there. Huh? Looks like we're going to have to go back and meet with him. Oh, it's my two sweeties. Welcome to the detention center. You just call me a sweetie? Again? What's on today's agenda? What can I help you with? Well, we've gathered quite a few clues. Wonderfully fantabuloso. I mean, fabulous? Sorry we can't meet with you again. What's wrong? Quit making such a scary face. Okay then, Max, let's make this absolutely fabulous. I forgot to talk to him. You just went to his office to negotiate your new salary? I hate lies and I hate liars even more. What are you insinuating? You have any proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee last night? That's... It was the one on the ringmaster's table. You weren't lying when you said that you received quite a raise. Is there a problem with being well compensated? Not with the compensation, just with the date. This is dated a week ago. Max, you finished your contract negotiations a week ago. Fabulous. Alright, I'll tell you the truth. That night, the ringmaster called me to his room. He called you? Why did he do that? Sorry, sweetie, that's private. Ringmaster called him. I wonder if there was some sort of problem. Max, perhaps you could share with me what you two spoke about? Well, not if I don't have to. Isn't this why the ringmaster called you into his room that night? Ben? You had a run-in with Ben? Ben? I didn't do anything to Ben. I didn't get into a fight with him. Ha, so you're admitting you did have a fight with someone. Why are you looking at me all funny? No one said anything like that. Do you have any proof that we got into a knockdown, dragged-out brawl? This proves it. Where did you get that? Isn't it obvious that I found it in the cafeteria, Max? You busted Ben over the head with his bottle, didn't you? That's how the bottle broke, and that's why you were called to the ringmaster's room. Fabulous! Absolutely fabulous! The truth is, yesterday morning during breakfast, we had a run-in. You mean you had a fight with Ben? You could put it that way. Why did you fight with him? Ben seems just like Ben seems like such a quiet man. We fought about my sweetie pie. You mean Regina? That ill-bred creep told my sweetie pie princess that he was in love with her. Would you put up with that? Ill-bred? Are you talking about the same Ben? Told her he was in love with her? Are we sure this is the Ben we're talking about? All I can say is that he made me mad and I had to tap him on his hard head. That's when the ringmaster called me and I realized that it was my chance. Your chance? That's when I went to his room and I laid it all out on the table. I asked them to let me marry my sweetie pie. What? The ringmaster told me that it sounds good to me. That's why my sweetie pie is my sweetie pie and no one else's. I see. Since Ben was causing me so much trouble, I realized I had to shut him up. Shut him up? What do you mean by shut him up? You don't know, do you, my sweeties? Trilo can't say a word, not without Ben. Trilo? The puppet. The ventriloquist puppet. His real name is Triloquist. But a puppet doesn't talk. I know, that's why I hid it. Before the police came and took me away, of course. If that puppet started flapping off with the balsa, I'd be screwed. You hid him? You mean the ventriloquist puppet? You were so smart, sweetie. Where did you hide him? What? Sweetie, you aren't thinking of trying to add him to my defense, are you? Well, Ben does seem awfully lonely without his puppet. Fabulous, that should have taught him a lesson. Okay, I had Trilo in the ringmaster's room. You don't mind going there and getting Trilo for me, do you, my sweets? No problem, not at all. Thank you, Max. You know I can't stand to see my sweeties in a jam. Then don't go hiding puppets. Ben's not here anymore. Yeah, I wanted to ask him something. It's cold. He's probably in the tent. What do you think, Nick? I wonder if we've been making any progress. Don't be so negative. Of course we've been making progress. But everyone loved the ringmaster, and there's no sign of footprints on the scene. There's still a lot of mysteries left to be solved. Of course. And now Regina isn't here. I'm not seeing how that's related. Looks the same as always. Great big mess. Considering how messy it is, I bet they wouldn't notice if another poster went missing. Will you just stop it, you poster pilferer? I'm just kidding. You know I already got one of these posters. You mean stole one of those posters. Yeah, let's focus on what Max told us. He said that he hid Trilo somewhere in this room. The ventriloquist puppet. You not know this, but they call this a tailcoat, and they call this the face of someone who already knew that. Scrap of white paper sticking out of the coat pocket. Where? Calm down, Maya. You can't just go rummaging through people's coats. You always make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. This is strange. Everything else looks nice, but this desk looks old and cheap. There's a really big photo on the desk. It's a picture of Regina and her father. He really loved her, didn't he? Regina was lucky to have such a wonderful father. Nick, look at all the cute trophies. Indeed, just look at all the awards the circus has won, like All-County Quiz Champions, Ringmasters Association Mini Golf Master, Beer Belly Balloon Bounce Champ, Pet Grooming Grand Prix. Wow, the Ringmaster was multi-talented in ways I could never have imagined. Something shoved under the bookshelf. That's Trilo. That's Ben's puppet. I think you're right. We should give it back to him later. Why do I have to carry this thing? Oh, hey, Ben. Hello. Hello to you, too. It's awfully cold today, don't you agree? Yeah, I do indeed. Don't you think it's cold, Nick? I don't see how talking about the weather is helping our case. Tell us what you know about the murder. Do you know anything at all? I don't know a thing. Well, I don't know. You've been in the circus for a long time, haven't you, Ben? Yes, well, 4 years. Gotta admit, I'm kind of interested in this place as well. Mo is so funny and Max is amazing, not to mention Regina being the cutest little thing I've ever seen. Regina, I don't really like her too much. Are you sure about that? That's odd. Max said something about a confession of love. Ah, Ben, this is yours, isn't it? Yes, that's mine. Here you go. Alright, Maya, let's get going. It's that time, isn't it? See you around, Ben. Okay. So, Nick, where should we go next? Let's see, maybe we should... Hey, wait! Who said that? What are you looking at? I'm right here, you blind wench. What's your problem anyway? Don't you know to properly greet someone? Ben, is that you? No, 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 no. I would never... It was me. Yeah, me down here. You're Trilo? That's Mr. Quist to you, sir. Learn some manners before you just blur out my name. Now try speaking to me again, but this time with some proper respect. Not again. Mr. Quist, is that better? No, look at me when I'm talking to you, 8-bit excuse for an attorney. Trilo, we talked about insulting people, you promised. But he was mocking me, not being mean to bullies was not included in the deal. Sorry, Trilo. Nick, what just happened? Trilo's still a Hey, who are you calling puppet? Tell us what you know about the murder. You talking to me? I said you talking to me? Don't look at him when you're talking to me. Trilo, behave, young man. Shut up, Woody. What murder are you talking about? You mean the one where they off the old man? I guess so. No need to make such a fuss about things. That old mutt paid us all peanuts. Trilo, you can't say things like that. I didn't raise you to be that kind of puppet. Don't you have nerve pills or something to take right now? These two are really an odd couple, aren't they, Nick? Okay, okay, I'll talk. Gramps got clobbered over the head. Let me lay it all out in line for you. The pay sucks, the clown sucks, and my partner has his hands up my pants. Your partner? You mean Ben? Yeah, the creepy old guy who never finds it in himself to leave me alone. Tell him to back off from me, will you? He's just another one of the dorks around here. Oh my... But I'll be fair. This cesspool of human garbage masquerading as performers, I found my Madonna. Your Madonna? Regina. My lovely Regina. She is stunning, right, Ben? Well, I'm not sure if I would go that far. You'll have to excuse him. He does not understand of what he speaks. I, on the other hand, am an appreciator of true beauty, hence why I shall marry her. Marry? You're gonna marry Regina? That's right, she doesn't quite realize the joy that awaits her, does she? I think I'm beginning to see why she seemed troubled. Well, I don't care. It is my choice, not hers. We're getting hitched. I know you think that, but... But what? I gave her a special gift. I gave her the wonderful gift of song. You gave her a song? Well, I have a renowned... Okay, I didn't get to see that. Thank you. You'll be happy to know that I've decided to grace you with one of my songs. Yeah, I'm not doing that. The rest is private. Well, the melody's pretty good. Those lyrics, I think they need a little work. Who asked you? I'm the artist here. Ringmaster got knocked upside his cheap head by that flying fraud. You mean Max Galactica? Why do you say that? Trilo, straighten up. Don't accuse people like that. Straighten up. I'm made of wood. Besides, you were there. You know what happened. You were there? If you're that interested, I'll let you in on the facts. Thanks. Now that Trilo's here. Now that Trilo's here, does that mean you can talk normally now? Hey, buttface! You must be looking forward to tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? You know, it's time to get rid of that pesky magician once and for all. Trilo? Enough jibba-jabba, let's get to court already. Hey, wait a sec. Nick, what's going on? He's a witness for tomorrow's trial? What in the world happened to Ben and Trilo? Quite a pair of those two. What did that puppet do? Oh no, now what? Hey, welcome back, Nick. That monkey. Ah, my badge! The monkey stole it. What? Mr. Attorney, that face was so cute. You look like so completely dumbfounded. Regina, that monkey. Hey, no need to get angry, okay? But my attorney's badge. Don't worry, I'll help you out. Okay, if you say so. If I don't get my badge back, how can I flash it? By the way, that monkey's name is Money. Money the monkey. His name is Money? The monkey is called Money? Yes, well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get it back? Let's see what I can do. Even I have money problems. Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. That's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll just have to find out where Money disappeared to. I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo. He might know. You don't know? Well, Money isn't exactly someone I'm on friendly terms with. What? It's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming. Oh, I see. Go to Mo's. I guess it's time to revisit that kooky clown. You mind telling us a bit about Ben? Ben? You mean the guy that's always hanging around with Trilo? What do you mean, hanging around? Well, he was there when Trilo told me that he was in love with me. Trilo told you he was in love with you? Yes, he did. It was kind of cute, don't you think? He's so smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. But what about Ben? What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trilo. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of the circus. Regina, you were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while. Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah, Max and Trilo both said otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. But Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. So I guess Trilo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's gonna propose to me? I'm so confused. What about you, Maya? Huh? What? Who do you think I should go for, Max or Trilo? Wait, you do realize that Trilo is a puppet. I don't care that he's a bit stiff. Oh boy. Detective Gumshoe took off already. Yeah, probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. Oh my, if it isn't Mr. Right all the time. It's right to be wrong every now and again, right? See, Nick, it just took a while for the joke to find its audience. So what can I do you for? Do you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair. Maybe just pull my finger. Let me have it. We're going to get the same sound effect either way, aren't we? How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? You really know what it takes to be a clown, don't you? So, about Regina. Regina's such a pure, innocent child. She's just a cutie, too. She was born and raised in the circus, you know. But that don't mean she doesn't really know much about the world outside the big top. Sounds like Carly. For her, every child's dream of the circus is her everyday reality. She lives in a dream world. She sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day. The funny thing, god damn it! I guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist puppet. Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing, though. A clown sees life simply, without complications. Have you ever heard of a monkey named Money? Ah, yes, Money. Stole my attorney's badge. Well, Money does love shiny objects. It makes sense that he'd swipe your badge. But under no circumstances can you chase after him. Why's that? I know, you don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly, bravo! No joking around, though. Money isn't considered a member of Regina's family. Then who does he belong to? I'll be happy to take you to where his owner is staying. You mean right now? Of course, shall we go? This is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? I can't breathe. Don't be such a wimp. You only need to climb 2 flights of stairs. Anyway, this is the place. Acro's room. Acro? He's an acrobat. It seems like he's not around today. It's a big pile of junk over in the corner. Don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there too. Just be careful to make sure you got the right stuff. Thanks, Mo. See you later. Holy cow, there's a fork and a mirror, everything's shiny. You get a really cheap looking knockoff wristwatch. Look at this, it's a trophy and it's really heavy. Nick, I found it, your badge, it's right here. Thanks, you really saved me, huh? What's the matter, did you find something? Yeah, check this out. It's a ring? There's something engraved on it, from T to R. Well, I think that about time to wrap up our investigation. Think we'll win in court tomorrow? Who knows, even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. Guessing Mo will be a witness in court. Mo and maybe the puppet. Don't worry, Nick, no matter what happens, we still got a magician on our side. That's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, how does this game function, sweetie? Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. It's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter a room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying up fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that, dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. And now the case of one... What? I'm gonna get on with it. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns? So, well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count, do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no choice, no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma has a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring your dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap this up, this waste of time. Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now. Sorry to keep you from your work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it, it's no trouble at all, I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail. The cause of death was a blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see, he was beaten to death. Here is the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Let me ask you about the snow. It's nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. Snow, let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina, the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent, the tiger, was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. Wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15. Okay, not a problem, pal. We got a witness. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox, so we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? Only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has any sort of special meaning. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. Guess that's all we're going to get out of Gumshoe in this case. You know, all we're going to get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Not that we have out the detective. I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet, obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, detective. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, your next witness, please. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trila will show up on the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trila Quist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me, the witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That rope must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trila, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on in here? Order! I demand to know who the witness is. But don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trino handle this. I'm worried about... Dude, don't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness now. Let's proceed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? And then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt, he had out a silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? It's got a point. Shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's the absolute proof. Silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without a question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Ms. Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say? Okay. Guess she's the boss again today. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person into that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to the story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? That's the victim? That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Isn't it, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage we have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony, and there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Phil wouldn't have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of a bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Max, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. What time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been... Hey, what time was it? I think it was, I'd say, a bit after 10:30, I think. Practice ended at 10, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Would you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness is waiting for? Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, I can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He was spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed... There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Pain. Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance of the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were. What? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think humans have a monopoly on marriage? That the matter of puppet marriage was not under review in this case. I lost my glasses. Oh well. You're the judge? I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. You were going to propose... You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her, too. You're like 50 years older than she is. Anyway. Exactly. His honor's looking a little less than honorable right now. Thank you, Phoenix. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was with that sigh at the end? What was it exactly you were planning on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's jokes has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it would lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I like to stick to facts, not sociology. I sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're gonna double team me now. Whoa! Not that kind of stream, buddy. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back, thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said in the end I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What is going on here? That's Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? Ha, that filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent Fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was a time, you know, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything. Especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey bunny. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all because this slow, low-feed fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. It was indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all of this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Just being Mr. Brett. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Ha, told you so many times you'd think you'd know my story's not changing. Already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. There's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya, that's why we have to keep after him. I'll give you that I was waiting for that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max at the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right, money ran up in less than a minute after I saw Max. Then money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see, I'd say about, I suppose, 5 minutes, I think? So the victim could have arrived on the scene in the 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking the incredibly obvious questions. You said good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that you say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not good. It's not it, Trilo. You said good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Quest, I'd prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being so nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trio would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you've already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with the chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof that makes something stick? All we can do is try, right? Alright, time to go to work. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Objection! Are you saying this witness is lying? I've been saying that for the last 30 minutes, Francisca. Please pay attention. That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene. I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he was saying good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one? Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactic. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world, you... Did the defense kindly explain who it was that Trilo saw that evening, then? Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. Must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you got a point. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order, how do you respond to this? Wait a sec. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it's high time we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. Problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. Three symbols. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You've got to remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together. Yes, we know. The silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. Hey, Grim. How's it going? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols. However, do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma? Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you in your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well, the court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Whoa, what the... I don't know what happened there. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly, he told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous. That is a fabulous possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Well, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what I wanted to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make that decision. It's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. And Westcott, name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. Just not used to being in court. Never been in the courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts? How's that one? But a couple clowns were up no good start. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? Without the humor, please. Okay. Poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. I know I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try and make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh. We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course you can. I'll talk as long as you want. The night of the murder, after the practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them. All of a sudden, Max clonked ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness's account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Heck, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this con to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I the responsible one? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh, guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Exactly what did you look out of your window? Why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window at night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention the thump, didn't I? That is not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said? I believe it'd be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. Should start turning the tables in our favor. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know I was going to make a joke? Guess it sounded like suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard? Yep, that's what it sounded like. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went out to look out the window and you saw... You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of the story. It really does enjoy the complete random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you saw... You did say you did... The fuck is... You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime? God damn it. I can't fucking read. Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Jesus Christ. Isn't that a bit melodramatic? So what will be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose that you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he say that he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Rice's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. On Karma? Tampering with witnesses again. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was Mr. Curls! Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black coat, cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, that should have finally be good enough, yes? If it is decisive testimony, was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there, and we have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Jesus. You saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? No, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat and cloak, white roses. Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see the kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with the court. Got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with this court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake somebody wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. This is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now, what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about this other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. Seems that, unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age. Not mature. Come to a conclusion, I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. Ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. There's no doubt in my mind, there are no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that, especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove me that there are contradictions in Mr. Girl's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot of this, I gotta be careful. Understand, Your Honor, one chance is all we'll need. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. There's some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true. Order, Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me? Oh my god. Jesus. Now for these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls, who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling you the truth. Turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing the dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter? Something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? Just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is it alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter a story as how the criminal left the scene? Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. Wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyway. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Corals, the testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false, I haven't lied, it's just what? Just a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving a scene, especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! Francisca Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. Now, let's hear the truth about what you... Let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up till now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... This is the truth. Now get ready for it. He flew, jumped up in the air, and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Right now, I can't believe any of this. I'm not even sure if this day hasn't been some kind of Kafka-esque dream. Now, do you think it's still a dream, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the cardinal rule, the only rule. Sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. Right, and I am going to take about a 20-minute break. We will be back shortly. Okay, so unfortunately, no, welcome in, guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be ending stream early. We're having a storm rolling in, and I don't want the I don't want to get cut off in the middle. So we'll finish the rest of this uh tomorrow, or not, maybe not tomorrow, but next time we'll finish the rest of this chapter, and then we'll finish the rest of the game on top of that. I just want to make sure that um I don't lose progress and stuff in the middle, because I can't save after every single conversation. That'd be an absolute pain in the ass to remember. So um yeah, we'll continue this later. And so yeah, just wanted to come in and give a quick update on what's happening. So I will catch you guys in the next one.